much so. Yeah, I mean, again, we're going to be watching this now. Some people who like to watch car crashes in slow motion might watch this as well.
Oh, nice.
It really depends what you I think the reality is
I'm just gonna record this in case I upload it to YouTube. I'm just looking at this match because I missed it on the weekend, and I don't have a good grasp on Houston right now. But I'm looking to.
No, this is a funny video the Outlaws produced because
Change that.
Jake was trying to cuff. No, he said ranked.
Let me bring up. Super cool. I don't know. You saying it wants to update it and dropped? I would. Yeah. Hey. Don't need it now.
Is amazing. I trust Bishi to try and cover that up. Such a kind-hearted soul. Oh dear. No, Houston don't want to blunt their edge, Matthew. Both in and out of the server. Here, they're looking for a pretty one-sided victory. Get them into the top three. Get them into a good spot to sail through the first round when boots touch the ground in Texas. First map, ladies and gentlemen, here's going to be Coliseo, and out the door we go as Houston look to try and put the Eternal in the mulcher.
It'll be both teams running the same exact comps.
Okay.
Reaper, Soldier, and Zarya at the front line. I think this first fight, just like in a lot of different game modes in Overwatch 2, but especially push, right? We've only had 2 push maps in the entire kickoff clash thus far go the distance. They both happen on the same day. So we had one in APAC as well, actually.
So.
Yeah, okay.
I love how the observers do this overhead. So these push maps are very flanky. So you're gonna have people trying to go through here, and there's like little areas kind of. I don't know if this one connects. It maybe does. I'm not sure, but you can go around here, and you definitely want to take angles. And then you have the Lucio's kind of supporting these two, and then the Ana is gonna be with the Soldier a lot of the time. I'm looking at like Houston because they not really play the Zarya stuff much. They have dabbled in it a little bit, but I want to see how well they're doing it here. Not flanking yet. Just chilling.
If you get a good start and move the bot to not even a very far portion, right? It results in.
I think you can. It's just because some of the areas have glass there to the left, and I think you can flank there, but it seems like they're just pumping down main because they really want to be able to move up with the Zarya. But I feel you might want to flank. I'm not sure how that works. With like if there's like a standard with how flanking works or taking angles even, but this is good from Paris. See, bad teams like they don't realize a lot of this like stuff like win conditions and do it consistently and are able to find different things out of win conditions. So I mean, Paris were pretty dog shit, especially before this match, but I feel like they seem to understand this a lot better now.
Being taken right now by Paris just from this high ground vantage. Straight into the back line went Pelican no on the Reaper, TPing forward. Nanabu's given over Glisty here with a tactical visor, but it's put to a stop abruptly. He's waiting for Reaper, TPing Paris just from this high ground.
So they have Pelican go in, and they have their peeps on the high ground. They nade. That's a. So I'm trying to figure out what's like the go symbol or the go condition for Paris here. I don't know if it's Vistola getting low or Pelican going in and getting forced out. Or was Glister getting... Yeah, Glister was getting Visor, so... I think it's also like the Reaper going in, and then realizing that, you know, they can't kind of send their Reaper in the backline, and or Houston can't send their Reaper in anymore, because he has no Wraith and Bubbles are used, so...
Huge kills there. Waking up Glister.
I want to see if that's consistent. I don't know who... obviously Houston win the series, but I don't know who wins what map. I think Paris wins this map. And it's looking like it so far, but... Let's see.
That one back is the Outlaws you're looking at probably investing like the grab into this fight as you absolutely need to win. They have to use the grab just to get back on investing like the grab into this fight as you absolutely need to win.
So Houston are in like really good positions.
Craziest part of this, and even then it might not be enough. Pelican takes a ton of damage as he tried to follow up on the Eternal inside that grab. Paris reciprocate. Both teams use the sound barriers to respond to those Zarya ultimates.
It seems Paris goes second a lot of the time, because you could find a way to grab here and you could push up, but I think they like want to respond. Is this what it looks like here?
Absolutely need to win.
They have to use the grab just to get back on even footing, which is the craziest part of this. And even then it might not be enough. Pelican takes a ton of damage as he tried to follow up.
Because they respond with their grab beat. So they seem to like having their resources used. Like waiting for Houston to use their resources, but do they nano Pelly? I think they do. Yeah, he's just the voice line, and you can tell. But I mean, like, does Wub just die? Like, he gets anti-ed. Does he not have Wraith? Okay, that's a bit odd. I think if Wub lives, then he can just keep going, but I don't know why he doesn't. That's odd.
Near the middle of the map, and they're great in those neutral scenarios like you mentioned. So Paris getting off to an ideal start
to put them on even footing. That 59.68, that's considerable progress.
There's not like any crazy amount of flanking here, and I feel like that's like it's a lot of mind game stuff that like if you push someone out on the flank, then you have the advantage. You don't, no one wants to take it. I'm not. Then you just have to time it really well. There's not been like any like this very small like there's like I'd say there's like, you know, the difference between like you know, like I'd say like if you know there's like a fight going on like here and the enemy like in the team's here, and then this guy's soldier kind of splits and goes here. That's kind of like a flank, but it's more so like an angle to me. I mean, you know, if you're flanking, you could take an angle, but like, you know, like there's like this, like usually when like the fights are like you have one team here and then there's like kind of like who's going to step over the line, and then you have another team here, like then soldier can come around here and kind of, you know, and then you have the one, this team kind of pushes over the line. That makes sense. Like, but there's not like any of like this hard flanking. It seems like a lot of just stuffing down here, like these sight lines, like with everyone, like just like a lot of the stuffing and just trying to burn down the Zarya.
Of course, the upside for the Outlaws is that they maintain their DPS ultimates after winning a fight in which many of those impactful abilities had to be used. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, the soldier just plays really. Like, it's just stuffing. It's a lot to do with the bubbles here. I mean, this is really good. Use the visor to force them back, use some resources, and then you just build off of the space you have and use your blossom. That's really good from Houston. So they seem to have some decent ideas there. Like, that's a good idea. Paris seems, you know, they're pretty even keel with Houston as this goes the distance. So. Interesting. I want to see what, like, this Glister. He's just on the bridge. While the Stola tries to push up. Oh my god, he's 1 HP. I guess that's a good nade from Khan. I mean, like, they're backing up anyway, so I wouldn't. I don't know. I feel like that's very nitpicky, and you could have fished for a nade somewhere. Like, where Glister is, that's an angle, but if you would have pushed, like, it seems like everyone's kind of like stuffing main. I don't know if it's like these teams and just not understanding how to take angles or something. I'm not sure. Or like flanks rather. You need to. There's a big difference. So Wub. Does he just TP in the back line? Does he get bubbled? No. So, I mean, that's pretty good from Wub to realize that the Ana's like completely alone. And he's just, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's good from Wub. He had one bad play, and this is a good play. I wonder. I know Houston play a bit of Doomfist in this series, but does Paris play anything else? I feel like they wouldn't necessarily.
They don't care about this high ground, and they'll actually just keep pushing this bot straight on through.
What the fuck? Oh my god, they just go. Wait, what? How does this happen? Wait. Okay, so Merritt's like pushed up, and Lastro tries to get him out, and then he just dies. Okay. Interesting.
Lastro was like behind enemy lines. I think he may have been like trying to hide for a sec. And he ends up getting caught out, but that's huge because he has the beat, right? You could have ended up using the beat in this fight to stop any further progress, where Paris, gains a little bit more distance.
Nice disengage from Paris. That's actually huge. They're going to get themselves in position to fight in, again, the neutral part of the map here, which doesn't favor the other.
This was just looking away for a second. Just missed a bunch.
Pistola is average energy 54. Piggy 37 right now. Yeah, I mean, he gets picked.
This like a Reaper. Pelly's like, the fuck? What?
Right now. Yeah, I mean,
he gets bubbled and he. Wait, what the? Why would you get out a Wraith? Do you want to use the bubble? I don't know. Does he not realize he needs to get the fuck out of dodge? What's going on there? His team's not even like supported to shoot him. What the hell?
Lastro was like behind enemy lines. I think he may have been like trying to hide for a sec. And he ends up getting caught out, but that's huge because he has the beat, right? You could have ended up using the beat in this fight to stop any further progress, where Paris gains a little bit more distance.
That's epic.
Nice disengage from Paris. That's actually huge.
That's actually perfect. Really good antis from Iris. Like, a couple times they nano. And, that's good from Paris. I mean, like they're really good at disengaging and going second. Is this what they seem to like to do? I'm not sure if it's the right thing. Back. One second. Okay, so I mean, yeah, Paris just like to go second here.
With 2 minutes on the clock, this is not looking good for the
Oh,
Outlaws.
that's the wrong button.
You're going to get even these ultimates to battle out of this position. If you're hugely win another.
Subtle is Pelican trying to start something down. He's the tap slow.
How did I was just skipping the map because it's like it seems like. Does he get bubbled? Oh. Okay. This map's done.
They end up using their nano, and I believe Pelican at that time. So to lose those two players is so. Teams going towards this, Mitch, because Reaper, man, although a DPS has a pretty sizable HP pool with lifesteal, and the ability to basically just a movement ability that avoids all damage and can get out, right? Kind of plays like a secondary tank in some aspects, right? Kind of operates at the same space and territory.
Yeah, absolutely. Big gap from Merit here. Pistola playing somewhat closer than you maybe expect from some teams here. Paris want to see if they can maybe shave some valuable seconds off the clock, but Pistola is under siege, and the Outlaws converge upon him like Carry and Crow. Pelican with two here, and like
What the?
Pistola, absolutely.
Ride the hold?
Big gap from Merit here. Pistola playing somewhat closer than you maybe expect from some teams here. Paris
Okay, this is interesting. I don't like how Vasoli is completely. Oh, who came up with that idea? I mean, it's a cool idea. It's just that you leave your Zarya all alone. Like, oh, it's just like the reason you have like the Lucio is for the Zarya a lot. Like, you know, the Reaper likes it for sure, but like it's for the Zarya because she's slow. And then, is the Lucio just over there? I'd have the Lucio way closer. I mean, like, oh, that's gross. That's bad. Okay, that's odd. Okay, that's so you have maybe it's just like push maps and how push maps work. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and they're all gonna kind of push from here. Then you have Glister here, and he's gonna wrap up, and he's gonna try and time some pressure from here as the this side comes forward. Okay, see how that works out. It seems good. He draws attention. Just gotta shoot on the cart. Okay, that's nice. They send Pelly on him, and I mean that's a lot of pressure relieved on your front line there. I think it's. Would I say it's the right move? I mean, maybe. I mean, okay. It seems that Wub does it. So the issue, why I'm thinking about this, like I'm not like it's not something I've seen before. So you see it there, and it's just that you lose a lot of pressure. Like you're putting quite a lot. Like you're putting the whole Reaper here, and then you're also putting like one of the two bubbles like onto this guy here. on the soldier, but when he could be like, what would be like, kind of like around like here still, instead of like pressuring like the back line. But maybe the on is enough, and I don't know, like maybe like the soldier really does like is that important in this patch. He does the 20 damage still for bullet, and he tees P's back in. I mean, yeah, like okay, I feel like if you do it first, it's good, and if both teams do it, you want to do it first, so that. Yeah, so if you know both teams are going to do it, then I'd do it first because you'll have your TP up before he does, and then you can time your TP on their backline and the Reaper has to sit there and do nothing. Or you could just realize they have no Reaper and they used a bubble and you can force another bubble out and the Zarya doesn't have anything. So, yeah, assuming that Wub had a bubble when he went on Merit there, so they have no bubbles. Oh no, now they don't. Okay, maybe another one was up. But I mean, yeah, maybe the Reaper has to do like what the Diva would in a lot of compositions or a Sigma. So this is gonna have to be. Oh, there's Glister. I see him. See the I see the soldier hunched over here. Okay. That's a flank on, like, if he goes around. I mean, you have to do what Glister's doing because like you're all pincered, like you're just surrounded, like all of these, like you have the angle. Who's this? Is this looks like this is Merit, I think. It's hard to tell. But you have like all these angles on the Vistola here, and it can be hard to like recover from that if you don't do anything, because you don't really have any high ground you can access. So flank near kind of has to go up here, or can go around like up top or below, or got the nano to kind of push forward, but Glister's got a good flank. I mean, Glister seems really good at these flanks. But yeah, Pelly's there to kind of burst down. Like, that's why, like, if you were to do something like that and the Reaper's TP'd away, that can be really hard to recover. But also, like, okay, so Pelly has two choices. He can take a bubble to go after Glister, and his team just gets run down, or he can just stay and burst down the Zarya and kind of ignore the soldier, but the soldier's just able to do so much work. Jeez, he's just cleaning. Doesn't need the visor. I don't know why he does it, but I mean, so maybe, like, yeah, if you don't shut down the soldier and he's on a flank like that, then I guess maybe TPing to the soldier is the right move, and you just have to realize, okay, well, we gotta, time our aggression, make sure that, our Reaper is safe. He goes on the soldier. That's a really good anti. Iris is really good at the antis.
Trying to use his sleep. Piggy times it well with a bubble. Doesn't get hit by it, but through the grab, able to keep Khan alive. So Paris really clicking today. I mean, playing this comp very, very well.
Yeah, we sort of mentioned in gets vaporized. Sleep. Yeah,
this is a new engagement. And they're taking the high ground, and there's a grab, and it gets Khan, but they beat it. Vistola grabs too? Where does he assume he just grabs the back, and then Piggy's the only one on the grab, so Paris like split them off. Piggy just doesn't have his team with him. I don't know. It's really good. Vistola's also improving his Zarya drastically because he was kind of ass at it before. A turbo ass.
position that they would be going forward with, right, and trying to force in as many maps as possible. I think that the maps play really well for this Aya-based comp, so that's been fortunate for Paris, but they look like they're really locked in. Yes, it comes after being 0 and 5, but there's a whole damn season to play.
Yeah. Nano Pistola here.
He is, oh my. Nice combo. It's going to be a death blossom here from Pelican.
Oh shit, don't do that.
Eventually going to be taken down by Lastro. Wub has some dance moves of his own, but again, it's the very aggressive Lastro featuring in that kill feed. That's 2 for him.
I have to go back.
Try and tentatively hold the card up if he can while Glister gets in position. He's buying time for this.
Doing a wee bit of multitasking. A wee bit.
Khan with like 1 HP ends up getting the sleep on a Pelican on the high ground, and Wub's gonna finish him off. Glister on a flank. The visor, he finishes off Merit as what looked like it could.
Okay, sorry about that. I have to. I don't think I leaked anything. Okay, so they have the Reaper ult and Nano for Houston, and then there's a same actually. Yeah, that's just the exact same ult pretty much.
Yes, it comes after being 0 and 5, but there's a whole damn season to play.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's perfect actually. That's exactly what they did before. It's just a better camera angle. So Piggy and Pelly are there. Nice combo name, and then they kind of drop on the supports. And then Houston are forced to go back. So one team who nanos the Zarya. So Paris nano the Zarya, and Houston nano the Reaper. So I mean, let's see what happens. If Pistola dies, Wub has a dry blossom. I mean, so let's see, like, because there, I mean, Houston won that. But I think you can, like, depending on your plan, right? Like, I don't know, do you, like, if you're looking for resources to be used, which is what Paris are doing, but they're also kind of going early. So, like, I mean, for how they did it, I mean, I think the Nano Zarya works because you're getting a lot out of it, just to, like, kind of absorb resources and try to, like, you know, get that burst and you're using Blossom later. And if you use all the resources, then the Blossom doesn't need the Nano. And whereas Houston kind of, you know, they want to get as much value to the Blossom as possible. And also, I think Vistola is charged and Piggy isn't at the time. Maybe? I'm not sure. I mean, they come back, the Visor's beautiful. And, like, just look at this. Like, this is just beautiful. Like, Wub is here, Khan is here, is taking attention from Pelican, and then, like, the rest of the cart, and then there's, like, a rest of Houston's on the cart, and then you have Glister over here. Like, this is really good. Like, properly orchestrated. This is, like, that's the angles you want there. I mean, you know, you need to keep your Ana alive. Oh my god, that sleep is perfect. And Glister wins the one. Do both of them visor? Oh. So Paris have, like, perfect engagement timing. So, like, this is pretty good. Like, in Glister's flanks, like, he's popping the fuck off.
4 seconds left in the round. Pistola's going to have a Graviton Surge as well. Wub, maybe not expecting Pelican to have pushed as fast as he did, but here he comes anyway. 2 bubbles have to be used on Pistola himself. He stays alive, though, crucially. Sound Barrier comes out from Lastro here to try and keep the Outlaws alive, but the Sound Barrier timing is good. It keeps Pistola on his feet at 100 charge, and now he's raring to go. Lastro's a little bit low here. Iris getting close to a nano boost, and Glister starts the fight up perfectly. Getting rid of Merit is so crucial, but is it going to be enough? Lastro 1 HP. Wub going to get lasered down by Piggy if he's not careful, and Glister.
Yeah, I think that's, like, what are the alts that... So right here, like, Vistola has Grav. They get beat just in time. They almost kill them. It could be, does Piggy just get Rav? Yeah. So it's like, I think it's like if you can get value out of going first, like you can go first, but you really have to like get value out of it, because if the enemy team doesn't like if they're able to stabilize or disengage or, you know, find some way to come back in the fight, going second, like if you're going first, you have to get a lot out of it. You have to get like crazy positioning advantage and a lot of cooldowns out, but you're also using a lot of cooldowns yourself, and like, cause these fights are gonna like kind of brawly and scrappy. So I feel like, you know, it depends. Like if you're able to, you know, on defense and you're able to split properly and, you know, do it well like Paris have done a couple times, like, and you want to do it, but like this going second is kind of a really viable option. Like this is like if you're able to like hear Paris go first, and you know they've got a lot of poke, and I assume Glister's somewhere. Is he behind them? I'm not sure. I can't tell. But they get Piggy really low. They're able to capitalize off of it. I think Glister's main. I'm not sure. No, he's up there. So I think he was main. He just went up there.
It's a big fight win as well for Paris, because then you can start controlling this choke, right? Make it even harder. Not a ton of movement abilities from the Outlaws to get up to this high ground, close the gap, not playing a shield tank. So Outlaws going to have to get creative with taking some of these off angles.
All right, Khan and Glister pretty safe here on the high ground, as that left side high ground for Houston's been denied thus far. Death Blossom, that's Wab goes deep, finds Lastro. Piggy also has to back away, uses one bubble, but he doesn't have enough to hang on there, and the Eternal just...
Yeah, it's like, I think it's just the same thing again. So they have Blossom, Visor, same for the enemy team. Alter really even all of the time here. So they're setting up positioning. Good angles from Glister and Khan. They're able just to kind of pressure Pelican, uses a resource. Good positive nade on Wub. Yeah, it's just good. Really good. Really good. Like the positioning advantage is really overwhelming. I think that's another cue for when you want to go first. Then you have really good positioning advantage. So I think if you're on your attack, you want to try and go second, or, you know, not like commit too much. Just try to live and, like, you know, maybe send your Reaper. If assuming it's a mirror, send your Reaper into their backline, try to get some pressure relieved, and then be able to bounce back off of that. Or wait for your Reaper, you know, try to stabilize at some point, and, you know, like, yeah, this is really good. Like, you know, yeah, this is really good actually, because Houston like are in a very like non-committal spot, and then they're just able to send Pelican in the backline. Merit's in an awesome position. This is really good. So I think it's a lot like up to map design and like how, like, you know, like I mean, if there weren't as many flanks, then this comp would, on defense, you just fucking lose. But I feel like that goes for anything, like any maps in FPS games or like tactical games in general. Yeah, they're able to flank, and you kind of we're barely, like, you can barely see them here. Like they're like Piggy jumps out as Pelicans, you know, doing stuff. Like this is really good from Houston. Do they win the map? Oh, that's right. It's a reverse sweep. Now I remember. Seeing that on Twitter.
Okay, slippery. You had just lost your 76. Large source your damage. I don't hate that there.
That's fine. Lastro's sleeping for the time being. Piggy gonna bubble in there.
No. The Outlaws are gonna fight from this position, but if the cart gets around this corner, they're gonna have to, you know, hightail it back pretty fast.
This is good. Oh.
Great timing from one. Sees that those defensive
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. Like, Paris is understanding this comp really, like, really well.
Trying to line up whether it's a nano things up with like a tier.
Yep, like they want to one on the side of the Eternal though. No, ooh, okay. Paris need to regroup.
It's a botched attempt, but
For the entire season.
Yet they look very no way to kind of react.
just trying to see, like, is there any other comp that's played?
Just kind of become like cement, right?
Oh, okay. There is. So I assume Houston are just able to, like, you know, go to the coaching room and realize that, okay, this is what we need to.
Good discipline for the Outlaws there.
This is what we need to do, and they're able to rebound off that. Okay. Okay.